Hello, and welcome back to God Lives Within. Sunday, November 5th, 2023. Just a quick word. As you see, I'm in a very cold house, so I'm having to cover up while I do this video. It's extremely cold in the mornings and at night when you sleep. And as you can see behind me, it's a bunch of junk that isn't even mine. But yeah, quick video exposing the elites, exposing your government once again. Over the decades, from as far as I can remember, can't really remember too much about Reagan, but I remember H.W., I remember Mr. W., Mr. Willie Billy, and the Big O. I think that's all of them. Is there any more in between there? I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Anyway, I can remember these four for sure. Bringing up the verbiage, the term, we're going towards a new world order, N.W.O. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of what that means, that's what the point of this video is. So if you know, then you know. You don't even need to listen, honestly. Probably won't be much more in this video than that. So yeah, starting with H.W., Mr. Warmonger himself, Mr. Dealey Plaza. I wasn't there. Yes, he was. We started here in this verbiage, a new world order, and he said it in a very nasty or demonic tone, pretty much, if you ask me. And we saw it from his son, Mr. W., Mr. First Pitch at the game, World Series here recently. First of all, the point of them bringing it up is to condition your mind. It's also to tell you the truth without telling you the details or what it means or anything about it, in order to relieve themselves of karma, which doesn't work, but they think it works. There is a God. Ask H.W. He knows by now. He's dead. He was put to death, contrary to what almost everybody believes, other than those in the know. So yeah, this is a new world order. What do they mean by this? They want a global economy, a global society, borderless society. And they try to paint it in a good way, in a good light. But if you're familiar with the globalists, the Jesuit globalists, and all their minions running around this world by now, and if you understand who the Jesuits are, then you'll know it's not a good thing without even knowing anything about it. The globalists wish to consolidate everything into one system. All the countries, all the world, all living under their system. And that is what the New World Order is. They want it borderless so that they can usher in this New World Order so that countries don't have their sovereignty, so that countries abide by the rules of the UN, of the CDC, of the WHO, of the, what's that other one? FDA, what else? And of the banking system. Very important. The move will be to have everybody microchipped, which you're already seeing. I know you've seen it. I think it's Switzerland that has already moved to it, which would make sense because that's where all these demons hide. They love to go to Geneva to have their little meetings. And if you'll think back, you'll realize you've been conditioned to think Switzerland is a neutral country. Wonder why the writers of history wanted you to think that. So yeah, they want a global banking system. Imagine that. The globalists, the banksters, the true gangsters of this world, you know, the ones that charge you a fee every time you look the other way, want a global economy that they control, a global banking system that they control, a global food system that they control and poison, to enslave you. Now, that is the point of the N.W.O. That is the point of ushering in a cryptocurrency that you can only be a part of if you've got the microchip in your hand or your wherever. They put it in the hand, so that's what we're talking about. So yeah, this is their plan, to enslave you and me and 99% of the people that don't make it out of these jabs or don't make it out of the pills that they're giving you for your medicine, for your pharmacia. So, how do they go about achieving this? First of all, a global reset. Global reset, that's a fancy term. What's that mean? That means your current petrodollar and your stock market need to be collapsed, need to be a thing of the past, because they've been cheating on the stock market and this currency for a very long time. It's not worth what they say it's worth. These globalists, these banksters, print the money they want. Let's just say for wars, on the easy example. Where did that money come from? What does that do to your dollars? Oh yeah, that's what inflation means. There's more supply in the economy, than there was before when they printed the money, correct? Therefore, the value of each individual dollar starts to diminish. Now, I will say also, they do this through other countries if they're having a monetary war with them. If they have problems with the U.S., countries like China can print your money and then sink it into your economy through different avenues, thus creating more inflation, thus creating you to have to pay more for a loaf of bread, for milk, for everything, for your car services, for your electricity bill, for your home. They're devaluing your net worth, not theirs. They can always print more money. And in fact, they have all the other assets, the gold, the silver, all the relics from the past. They own everything. Property, mineral rights, oil, natural gas, money supply. They own it all. Pharmacia. And you say it takes, I don't know, I can't remember the exact number, but around $1 billion to get a drug to market. Does that make any sense to you? How could anybody afford to get in that industry if it cost $1 billion to get one drug into the market that may or may not make money? Well, it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to keep you out of it. So, globalists, look out for that term. N.W.O, look out for that term. Now, I don't know about your current president, if he's mentioned it. I would doubt it. I don't watch, like I've told you, I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to politics because I voted one time in my life and my vote was stolen. Anybody denying that is just got your head in the ground or you're a liar. It doesn't matter to me either way. And I'll never vote again. Let's be honest. I'm not a part of the system anymore. I don't take government handouts. That's why I am where I am, in an abandoned house, cold, without anything other than the supplies I need. But it's important for you to know, the reason I say your current president probably hasn't said anything about it, because in his place was supposed to be 4 years, I guess it's about 8 years ago now, 7 years ago to the day pretty much, was supposed to be Mrs. Hillary Clinton, who was going to usher in this new world order without a regret at all, without an emotion, without a tear in her eye. She was going to usher in the new world order on your ass. But as they're about to do it, and as well as the public becomes aware of what they're doing, they've got to conceal it again. And so this video is to make you aware of what they've all been talking about. I mean, if you think about the ones I've said, they all, even the big O, they all were involved in wars, and especially H.W. He put it on TV. That's how much he liked wars. W, liked wars, Mr. Weapons of mass destruction. They lie right to your face over and over. And the things that they're not lying about, they don't give you the details on or the meaning to, such as N.W.O, New World Order. And so the fight continues on. The fight for the Great Awakening, the fight for the awareness that'll save your life or either keep you from being a slave. That is the point of this video, none other. I'm sure I've missed some stuff. I'm trying to gather up some last words, think if I've missed anything. I mean, the gist of it is there. That's why they have all these big organizations. The UN is their military wing for the globalists. If you're trusting what the UN is suggesting, if you're trusting what the N.W.O is suggesting, or I think they call it NIH now, maybe. I can't remember. Oh, that's the national one. What is it? The WHO, the WHO, the World Health. Gosh, sorry, I just woke up. If you're trusting what these demons are feeding you, FDA, CDC, then you're headed for a very dark time in which, when it's over, you damn sure ain't going to trust them. They've been doing this devaluing of the dollar and this inflation for quite a long time. This is a plan that stretches back past our lifetimes. I'm getting ready to do the next video on the Organic Act of 1871. I'm pretty sure it's called. I haven't done my research, and it's been 5 to 7 years since I've done all this research. And I had to put it aside in order to pursue my ascension path, because the things of the world are not for me. And I think my gifts come from heaven. My spiritual gifts, in fact, all my gifts at this point. I don't even have a job from Satan's kingdom, if that tells you anything. And I don't take handouts from your political lying demons. None of them. So, this video, like all videos, is, well, not like all, but like about half of these videos are going to be to wake you up to the truth. The other half are going to be for ascension purposes. If you are serious and you want to know God, have God dwell inside of you, vibrate at a level that's will take you to heaven on earth, will protect you and free you from this slave system. That's what the other half are for. There is going to be two earths, a parallel society going on of beings that made it out of it. This is what I believe how it's going to work. Now, the globalists could throw the hammer down and all out declare war, in which case I would think ascending would be hard, but I think there's going to be two parallel paths, let's say, or societies. And You can't get to the kingdom of heaven on earth if you believe the lies of the globalist, the Satanist, the ones who wish to enslave your soul, and the ones who have, to this point, enslaved your soul, the ones who have kept you from the truth, the ones who lie to you daily, the ones who do not give a crap about you at all. You know, the ones you look up to as your presidentes, your congressmen and women, who are always involved in some kind of corruption somehow. I just don't get it. But they never get in trouble. Nothing ever happens. We're going to have a hearing on Capitol Hill where we talk about stuff that we're not going to do. See, the political game is a cat and mouse game where no solutions are ever found. It's there to distract you. It's there to hold you back. It's there to hold you down. Big Pharma is the biggest lobbyist on Capitol Hill. So that's pretty much who's running this corporation that is the United States of America, as well as other countries. If you look in places like Australia and places like England, they don't have their guns anymore. Therefore, their lockdowns are more severe. Their punishments are more severe. All of this is a big game of conditioning to get you to the N.W.O, the New World Order. And so I say these things to wake you up, not to scare you. There is an alternate path. There is a way better way where the things that the corporation of the USA promise actually happen, where individuals come together through love, where they protect, where they help, where they give freely to one another. But in order to get there, you got to get out of where you are. You got to get out of trusting and believing in any of the bullcrap they're feeding you, because it's all lies. Copernicus's globe model is a lie. And I don't care who believes it. I don't care what term you say I am. How that makes you feel better. There'll be more videos on this, but the Jesuits and the globalists and the 12 or 13 bloodline families, whatever it is, I can't remember, and the ones under them on the pyramid, and the ones put in your face, politicians, government officials, CDC, FDA, the patent office, all these agencies are controlled by them. And as such, they control the world. WHO. I mean, the list goes on and on. IBS, International Bank of Settlements. That's your gangsters. That's the ones creating the policy for the rest of the banks around the world. IMF, the Bilderberg Group, I mean, it's endless. It's endless what these people do at these little meetings they have and what their plans for you are. And they write little flowery language to seduce you and to make you think it's going to be a good thing to have a carbon tax, to give away your cars, and to usher in their plans. But it's a lie, because that's all they do. The good ones hide their symbolism. The ones like Hillary Clinton wear an upside-down cross for a reason. She puts it all in your face. She's the head witch. She has been for a very long time. She's been doing some very disgusting things that will get my channel shut down if I talk about. But, and to add, I wouldn't do research on what she's done, because it'll put you in a daggone, what do they call it? It's just like an emotional coma. Let's put it that way. I've been through it. It is not fun. It'll make you numb and have no feelings. It'll rot your insides out. The things she's done, as well as her insides are rotting out. So don't worry. If she's not already dead, she's gonna be. There is no way around it. Miss Hillary. And if you'll notice, her little daughter wears an upside-down cross. Now, this could change as awareness grows. They're going to change. Just like I said, as the N.W.O gets ushered in, they're going to be quiet about it, and then they're just going to implement their strategy. These people have a military-type strategy against you. And if you don't wake up, if we don't come together, there's going to be a lot of carnage in this world for a lot of beings. So that is the video. Look out for these demons that you're paying attention to. They haven't done anything to this point. I don't get why you keep expecting and keep paying attention to them. Why not pay attention to things like God? Seems like a little bit more important than these demons that are trying to fear you and scare you into their plans. And so, if their agenda, which was supposed to happen in 2020, was pushed back for a later date, then what do they do after that? They introduce a new scare tactic. They introduce a new dis-ease that's running rampant, that you got to go out and poke your arm with for. They're just inciting more fear. Fear is how they control the masses. They keep you in the root chakra, in survival mode, scared for your life. They've been doing it forever. It's just hard to catch on to when you're stuck in survival mode in the root. When your consciousness is down in the lowest region it can be, which is the root chakra, which is fear and worry and doubt and shame and guilt. If they have you in that level, they can control you. They can suggest anything and you will do it. And this is how the game works. They know our system, God's system. They use it against you. They always have and they always will until you get out of it. So that is the video. It went a little long. Wasn't even expecting a 10-minute video. But that's how it goes. Till next time, till later today, till maybe a few minutes from now when the next video comes into my head from God for you, his people. You're all his people. Even those fake Satanists worshiping a fake God, a God they think can overthrow the real God. These people are demented, delusional, and out to enslave you. They want to keep that power they have. They want to thin the population with that arm poke. It always was the plan, and they're doing it right in front of your face. And a lot of you are accepting it and doing it with them. So it's just, this video is to help make more people aware. And I know no people are seeing my videos right now, and that's okay. I'm going to keep making them because I'm living in purpose, and God's going to lift me up and let you see me at some point. And that's not an egoic statement. I did not even want to do this. God made me. He promised me before I was born, which I didn't know anything about until the last few months when I started making videos. Even then, I did not want to make videos. I'm not a public speaker. Well, I wasn't until I raised my consciousness. Put it that way. Most of my life, for 43 years, I was not willing to share what was inside of me. But now, with all that's at stake, and with the way these globalists, corporate mafia, rulers of the current world are, I have no choice. And so, globalists expect a lot more from me, because I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of dying. I know I'm an eternal being, and I ain't going nowhere. And in the end, we're going to create a platform that blows this one out of the water, where you don't have to listen to ads over and over and over all day long, where everybody that's on the platform speaks truth freely, openly, without censorship, and where I can decide who's telling the truth and who's not, and who gets on the platform and who's not. And so there will be one place you can go where all truthers are welcome, where they are paid fairly for their services and not cheated out of their money, which we know you're doing as well. We know your games by now. You've been doing it too long. You see over in England, people are in the streets. They don't have guns. That's what should be going on here. You think January 6th was bad? It should be way worse. And January 6th was federal agents mixed in, causing the problems. That is how it worked. They're out again. They're against you. They're inside our government. They have been since the days of the founding of the country. They've just been working their plan to take it over. And they are at the final stages, and we all are. There's no way around it. So this video is too long. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to do the Organic Act and the Federal Reserve next. The biggest con that ever was. Really, I need to do more research on it, the refreshing, but I'm just going to speak what's on the heart. because ultimately it's only to help you, so it doesn't matter if all the details are there. There will be way more videos in the future that are detail-oriented, that do have visuals to wake people up at an even faster rate. Thank you for listening. I love you. God loves you more. What is the N.W.O, the New World Order? Brought to you by the globalists and the Jesuits. Go do some research. Figure it out. It's right there in front of you. You just got to look for it. Or get on YouTube. Search it. Now, a lot of those videos are going to be misdirection videos and lies. And so you got to have discernment. That's what God was talking about. Good luck. Do your research so you can eventually overthrow this Jesuit system, this cabal of demons. Take care. I love you. God loves you more.